This podcast of storytellers would like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, the first storytellers and traditional owners and custodians of the land that we are recording on today. We pay our respects to their elders past and present. We hope to honour their thousands of years of spiritual and cultural connections to this land while recognising the atrocities Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people still face systematically to this day. We acknowledge that sovereignty was never ceded and that Naarm was and always will be Aboriginal land.
Baddies, benders and babes, and welcome back to another episode of the Book of War, an Avatar Legends real play, the story of 4 runaways seeking the Book of War in a world without the Avatar. My name is Jesse Thomas, and I play Minh FANG, the Foundling, he, him, a runaway from the Earth Kingdom who found a new home for themselves in the Northern Water Tribe while hiding from deadly family secrets. Ash, interject.
That was, precision.
Wonderful, thank you. My Minh fact for today is... I'm not breathing.
Character assassination.
Yeah.
That's part of my plan to stop you from bleeding.
Yeah,
breathing.
You've really stuck onto that. It's almost like you're compensating for something. Character assassination. My Minh fact for the day is that Minh's kind of infatuated with the new girl almost immediately. And he's going to keep trying to get in good for as long as possible. Because he is a weak
Going
person.
for that old waterbender.
Yeah.
What a sucker.
Yeah. Minh is a sucker.
It's a weeb. We know this.
Yeah, in an Avatar version of it, he's full into the scrolls and stuff. I don't think that makes him susceptible to being infatuated with people, but...
Old girls?
I guess, if that's what we're calling Kiyomi, but is that an act description?
That's yeah, no. Oh god, yeah. She's one step away from dyeing her hair.
Yeah, there you go. If there was dyeing, then you yeah. Right.
Speaking of dying, my name's Ted Darling and I play Banji the Idealist, he, him, a runaway from the Fire Nation army who has risen from the ashes of his old life. With the fate of the world resting on the edge of a blade, he fights for freedom, for justice, and for peace. My Banji fact for today. So, in the last episode, Banji had a little dance with his sword, which was really lovely, with PB, and it was kind of like PB took over a bit. PB take the wheel, if you will. And Banji Banji actually really enjoyed that feeling. Felt like he was being freed from his responsibilities for just a moment. And I guess dance has that effect on people.
Yes, it's definitely dance and has nothing to do with phenomenal cosmic power.
This can't go badly at all.
Yeah, I'm just going to make a quick
He's just a fun little guy.
He's a fun little guy.
A fun little guy in a sword.
Little guy.
What is that genie line? Ultimate cosmic power.
Phenomenal.
Hello, my name is Georgie Hazel and I play Nuro, the icon, they, she, he, a runaway of the foggy swamp, now confronted with the truth that they were never really living for themselves. Nuro struggles to untangle from the roots of the destiny tree while facing the burdens ahead. Is their place ultimately with their tribe or with the other runaways?
I don't know, you tell me.
Yeah, someone tell me.
Your journey.
Yeah, I don't have any special powers to find out anymore. Damn.
Power of friendship.
The power of friendship. My neuro fact is that that is about their hair, which is super long. It's trailing behind them if they're not wearing it up or anything. It's annoying the heck out of them. But they're also not ready to do anything about it. I think that's just a little too much change too quickly after everything that's happened. So it is currently being held back by Tomo's bandana just off their face, and the rest of it is very braided to keep that length off the ground, kind of a lot of intertwining. I think it's Minh's handiwork for the most part. Maybe Minh and
Yani would have definitely put a hand in there.
Yeah, I think maybe everyone got them.
Thinking Daenerys Targaryen season 8 with the million braids that just go all over.
Yeah, it doesn't. I probably
Princess Leia would be jealous.
It doesn't make much sense, but it is getting it out of their way, which they much appreciate.
Anime rules.
Mm-hmm. Hello, everyone. My name is Tilia Quinn, and I play Kiyomi, the Adamant. I said Kiyomi weird. Kiyomi, the Adamant, she, her. A waterbender making her way around the world that seems to fight her at every step. But is it her who's resisting the world, or is the conflict coming from within? Bum, bum, bum. My fun fact was actually revealed in the last episode, so that's kind of a bummer. Kiyomi doesn't know how to swim, which is very, very strange for a waterbender, yes. But yes, that was going to be a fun fact for later down the track. So, yeah, thanks, Minh, for ruining it.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean...
No, it's totally fine. It's actually really, really funny that it was the very first thing that, yeah.
Yeah, not suspicious.
Not suspicious at all.
We'll have to have like a swim lesson episode.
Oh my god, the beach day episode, yes.
There's Nuro and Minh trying to get these two to swim. It's just a terrible time.
Hello, my name is Ash. I am the Grandmaster of the White Lotus, or Goose Monkey.
Gum 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 gum
Carols.
gum 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 gum. It's a Monster Hunter theme. Thought I'd give you something nice.
It's beautiful.
So good. I'm still playing.
I have to admit that I have slipped back into Yani like a glove. Like it's so easy just to get back into the way that she speaks and just how she thinks about the world. It's just like, Yani, I've missed you and I'm very happy you're back. And let's face it, she's very happy to be back as well. Because stubbornly, I think the easiest way to explain it is that she missed everyone. She didn't like acting like a jerk. She felt it was necessary. And so now that she's gotten over that, she's worked through it and said, no, I'm happy to be back with these people that I love so much. So she's...
And Banji.
Yikes.
Banji's just a friend right now. Banji the friend. But with that, let's roll the music. Honest to goodness recap, because it feels like there hasn't been one for a while, just with weird starts at the moment. We've spent some time in the swamp. We've fought giant monsters. We've learned a lot about ourselves. We've recreated ourselves in some cases in a literal sense, in other cases in a physical sense. But we've all learned from the swamp, and we're moving on back to where we know the ship is going to be in or at least fingers crossed we hope the ship is going to be in Gaoling. We could absolutely spend more time walking out of the swamp, but I feel that we're done. That's going to be less interesting. So I feel that there's just been conversation. Yani's been happy to catch up with you all. Yani's not really letting anyone get in a word in edgewise. She doesn't even realize she's doing it. She's just happy to be telling everybody stories, as she is wont to do. And you realize that you're walking and it's gone from swampy to a bit dusty. Not quite desert, but the desert's only just a little bit that way. Matter of fact, I think someone looking at the map goes, is that Misty Palms just up there? Best swing wide.
We cannot go back to Misty Palms. I don't know how many times I need to say this. We're not going back there.
But the
not going back there.
Juice.
We're not going back there. We're not going back there, are we, Yani?
I have no desire to go back there
Great.
ever again.
You're not missing out on much, Kiyomi. I wouldn't worry about it.
I'm not.
Great.
Cool.
Those dumplings, though.
No. Don't think about it.
Nope, don't think about it.
Don't think about it. Is there lots of, I know it's kind of getting dusty and deserty, but is going out of the swamp, is there kind of like the bogs and weird mushy bits still in places?
Yeah, as you're leaving through the swamp, as you get closer and closer to that edge, you will have found that it began to just... Not soften up's the wrong word. It's almost the opposite. It begins to become lighter through the foliage. You know, it begins the soil becomes a little bit more stable under your feet.
Yeah.
I think even like, you know, the insect amount changes. Minh, you stop complaining for a little while because you're just not being like buzzed at by anything. it's pretty comfortable as you get closer and closer until eventually.
I think it's the feeling of like ground that doesn't move when you step on it. That's like the ground has been like 50% water. So as an earthbender, he hasn't really felt entirely stable. I think in the swamp, and now that like he takes a step on ground that doesn't move, and then you just notice a complete switch. He's not irritated. He's not complaining anymore, and he doesn't even know that he's changed. But that's just like, I think there's just this sigh of relief from everyone when you just realize that Minh's fine all of a sudden.
That is such a Minthang thing. Minthang thing. That's actually kind of tricky to say. Minthang. Yes, Ted.
Minthang. That's my new Min fact. Thank you so much, Minthang.
Hey, so yes, this is my Minthang for this week.
Yeah, literally.
Love that.
Shake my hand.
You are.
Accuses me of character assassination. Like, this is political games over here. You march and you know that you're going to be arriving in a place called Plaintown. You're not sure whether it's Plain or Plainstown. The map is smudged, but you know that will probably be an easy place to camp. And Jesse pulled out his dice.
Otter penguins, unagi, and hot spring.
Yeah, go on.
I want to see if I know anything about this because I'm an earthbender boy. So just a reminder, this gets me information about the place we're going to.
Yeah.
See if I know anything about it. Plus with harmony, that is an 8, so I get 1 question. Let me have a look.
While he's looking, quick question. How's everyone doing for fatigue?
I have 2 fatigue marked.
What for? You got a whole new body.
That's right, okay, whole new body.
I have nothing marked. I'm free as a bird, clean as a whistle. Any other kind of metaphor. Hot as a fire.
I have 1 fatigue. I believe that was from some sort of lie, or maybe I think it's the last little bit.
Not anymore.
Something.
You can erase that.
Hell yeah.
You actually ate a very tasty bug on the last thing.
Bug.
Yeah, you got the crispiest one, and just that satisfaction.
So, my question.
Go on.
I believe I'm going to ask, who is the most famous person from Plains Village?
That one's simple. It's not known for a person, it's known for a status. And even though it is a very, very dusty, average place, it grows excellent crops. It is a strange thing that you know about this place is that it actually supplies a few of the locations. Probably Gowling actually gets a lot of their crops from here, but you as an earthbender know nothing should really grow here. Livestock maybe, not crops.
Yeah. I think I tell everyone this just interesting fact Minh knows as they sort of get closer to town. Doesn't make a lot of sense though.
Leans over to Kiyomi, it's just like, so, I know these things.
I've been around the Earth Kingdom, obviously. And yeah, it's just a weird fact about this place. You can sort of grow a lot of crops here. No one really knows why. Livestock, obvious. I mean, look, clearly. But he points to a pig duck. But yeah, it's just one of those mysteries of the Earth Kingdom. We're all sort of full of mysteries over here.
Nuro would like to, if they can, try and get put their hand to the ground to feel if they can feel any massive reserves of water or anything like that. They're just curious, really. Like
roll assess.
Yeah. Which is
creativity.
That's a 6.
Yikes. I think your markier condition here because you put your hand to the ground and you don't feel water and you don't know whether that's because there isn't any or because you're not doing it right.
I'm gonna
insecure.
Yeah, I think I'll mark troubled.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
So, Minh, you know this place. How do they feel about firebenders?
Oh, keep that on the down low.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Thought so.
General rule in General rule.
Anywhere, just don't be a firebender.
Yeah, don't do it. Oh, bit harsh there, Yani.
Is it? Or is the world still at war and you've just forgotten?
Wow, Yani, that is...
Excuse me.
I thought
Actually,
we
you
were
know what?
friends.
We are friends.
It's
It's the
not worth it.
firebenders I'm not really friends with.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And Minh walks away.
Yani, you don't have to worry about Banji. I promise. I wish I could explain it better to you, but Banji, well, he wouldn't hurt a fly. That.
She sort of looks at Banji and the fact that you carry a sword, and she sort of leans over and she goes, I do believe you. I really do. Swords aren't really known for not hurting people.
No, and I wouldn't trust that sword in particular, especially. But you can trust Banji.
But-
Not his sword, but you can trust Banji.
That's a conflict that I'm going to struggle to work around, but I'm going to smile and nod.
I think
Minh comes back quite quickly and fiercely with like a finger in the air and straight past Banji, straight up to Yani, and he goes, we have known him longer than you, and he has never hurt us deliberately.
She looks at you and goes, never?
not deliberately.
That's not convincing.
Banji was chuffed and then is like, yeah, and then, oh. I'll just no firebending.
No. You don't have to apologize for anything. You have done nothing wrong.
No, he's right.
Yani
Banji.
will make her peace.
Well, thanks, Minh.
Yeah, look, I trust you. I do.
And believe us
I'm
when
still
we
allowed to be a
say
little bit reserved.
that you know this person. And we will get to a point where you will understand that.
We gotta do something about that. But listen, he might be a firebender, but he does not work for the Fire Nation. You gotta see the difference there, Yani.
Kiyomi, if any of this conversation puts you at ease, know that this goes for you too. I mean, you definitely don't know him, but like, we're just getting the point across that he is cool. Well, he is good.
He's flaming, but
He is a great guy.
Banji gives you a wink and like a little spark comes on and a thumbs up.
Yani, I think you should listen to them. I mean, they're your friends, right? So
Yeah, I try. Like, I believe him.
and I'm here, and they're being civil towards me, so I think it'll be fine. You'll be. I'm sure it's fine.
She takes one step closer to Kiyomi and she's like, you know what? You're right. And she leans in close. She goes, I have no idea who this person is. I must have been very drunk.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's all right. Like, maybe just ease up then a little bit. Just
Okay.
Yeah.
And she smiles and she goes, flame on.
Min's eyes narrow because he saw them whispering and he couldn't hear them, and he's like, okay.
Both girls are smiling. It's like, just that very, of course, everything's fine.
Just keep the
Got it.
firebending low.
Firebending is on the down low.
Okay. All right, so we should pass through Plains Village, cross the mountain, and then we'll get to Gowling.
Cross a mountain?
Yeah,
Man,
it's fine. It's
I'm
a
sick
small.
of walking. I need my dragon back.
Your big lizard is fine. I promise you.
I hope so.
He has a dragon?
You know.
Like,
All right.
Wait, is it the same dragon we rescued?
Yes. What happened to your old boat?
Well, I threw it down a mountain to save Nuro.
Yeah.
I threw a boat down a mountain to save Nuro.
To help save a dragon.
Yeah.
Dragon looker after a boy. Best friends with dragons.
It's Hikaru.
I thought your mother was looking after the dragon.
No, and again, we can't explain it to you because you will never understand until a later date. So try not to think about it, just accept what we're telling you. We need to go.
She leans back into Kiyomi and says, I must have been very drunk.
You didn't tell me there was a dragon.
I mean, I thought they had it. They're on a ship that's powered by coal. Like, what?
Man, this is the most exciting adventure I've ever been on. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah, let's get going.
Either way, we're going to need to stop in Plains Village to get some
Plains Village.
Either way, we're going to need to stop in Plains Village because I'm out of bugs. Not that I like them.
Oh,
but
you like the bugs
I
now.
was hungry.
I actually think they were pretty good. Kiyomi, you should have tried some. They were pretty good.
Yeah, I saved a couple for later. I'm not really hungry now, though.
I mean, it's just in the background, like, shaking his head, like, bad.
You continue to move towards Plains Village, and what stands out is that you probably should have noticed, for a place that's known for its crops, you probably should have noticed more successful farms by now, and most of the places you pass, nothing.
And is this a new development? Would Nuro know like a?
I don't think Nuro does know this one. Like, being just out of the swamp and the wrong side, like, you never ventured this far outside of the swamp before. So, yeah, you probably don't know, but you can definitely get that it's not normal. Maybe?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Does it look like there's not as much farms around, or not like it's clear that there isn't a lot of crops, but is that like, have they recently reaped the crops and that's why there's none?
Well, you can actually see farmers tilling.
Okay.
So there are farmers out there working in the field, but the reality is that most farming doesn't all go, right, well, let's just completely scrap this. They sort of grow it in stages so that you know that you've always got something growing as you need it, or something to harvest. That's not quite... There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing.
It's so weird because obviously, so there's like no visible signs of sickness or bad earth or anything.
Well, I mean, the earth doesn't look good for farming at the best of times.
Yeah.
But no, it doesn't look like,
It's an
there's
anomaly
big
of the
purple
anomaly.
patches, with little floating skull and bones like coming up that indicates that it's toxic or anything. It's not glowing green for radiation.
Thanks,
It's just...
Ash, yeah.
No, I'm thinking cartoon senses. There's none of that.
Yeah. Ugh, rough.
Maybe. I don't know.
No, I mean they're going it rough.
What do you mean?
Look at these farmers. They've got nothing.
Well, then, no, they're working. That's fine.
No, but, I mean...
They're farming. That's what farmers do.
Do these farmers look okay?
Remember how you rolled assess before?
Yeah.
Yeah, not so certain. You're still wondering where the water came
Yeah,
from.
okay, yeah, Nuro's just like, what's wrong with me still? They're just walking forward.
Like, it's a valid question to think, but
yeah, no, Nuro's not.
Let's just say you're too troubled to put words to thoughts.
Yeah.
Well, if we need supplies, let's find a shop in town and stock up, especially if you have to go over the mountains.
Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe as an earthbender, it's probably best if you lead the conversation.
Oh, sure. That's fine. No worries. Just don't say any hip Fire Nation slang, though.
I don't even know any hip Fire Nation slang.
All right.
Except Fandabi Dozy, am I right?
Yeah.
What?
It's
What?
Fandabi Dozy.
yeah.
Okay.
Yani looks at Kiyomi.
Kiyomi looks at Yani and shrugs.
Fan Dabby Doozy.
Dozy.
Fan Dozy Doozy.
Fandabi Dozy.
Fan Dabby Dozy.
Got it.
Fandadozy.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
You head into town and you find what is very clearly the sort of main general store. And the way that it's often set up in places like this, Minh, you'll know this. Most of you might, but Minh especially, just being an Earth Kingdom thing, it's not set out like a supermarket where everything's just on display that you can grab as you want. There's a counter and they go and get it for you. It's how they stop thievery. It's how they manage their inventory rather than have everything grabbable.
Great. Is there an attendant, shopkeep?
Yeah. There's someone standing behind the counter.
Hello, proprietor.
Yes.
Hi. We're a bit low on supplies. When I gather up some food, rustle up some provisions if we could.
Yeah.
Dried meats, breads, possibly some vegetables.
You just
Banji?
passing through?
Yeah, just passing through, heading on our way to Gaoling.
Yeah. That's easy enough. Not a problem. What exactly do you need?
Breads, dried meats, some cured vegetables, some dried fruits, Rice would be great if you got any.
As this person makes the list, goes, yep, and you give your rough quantities of what you're after. He hands it to someone out the back, and before too long, you get sort of delivered a couple of sacks that have what you're asking for. And he says, "That'll be 87 gold, please."
Whoa.
Yeah. I look at I open my own personal bag, and I'm looking, and I'm like, 3. He puts that on the table, and he's like starting to look at the other two. And he's like, "Come on,
What was Tomo's?
I'm getting it." And he takes Tomo's sack off and puts it down and starts going through it, looking for all the cash and the treasure and the gems.
Yani, while you're doing that, she doesn't quite know why you're willing to pay this, because she says, "That is exorbitant. Like, why is that so expensive?" And the shopkeeper looks and says, "Well, because we're running out."
Yeah, I saw your fields are a bit sparse. What's that about?
Look, we got no idea. We really don't know what's going on there. We're just we were farming like we normally do, and then crops just disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yeah.
As in, like, died or, like, vanished?
The second one.
Huh.
Well, that sounds like crop thieves.
Yeah. Like, so someone's stealing all the food.
Yeah, that would imply that, they harvested it or they even tore them out of the ground. They were just gone.
The seeds and all.
But yeah, nothing has grown for at least a week now, which is bizarre. So we've got this just to keep us by. So we're charging money so that we can trade back from Gao Ling.
Huh. Well, that sucks, man. And he's still rummaging through trying to find Tomo's money.
No, man, I think maybe we could help them and get this stuff for much, much cheaper.
I mean, like, put
yeah,
beckons you down to like the sack, and he's like, "Hey, man, do you want to get back to your dragon?"
Yeah, but of course, these people, clearly something's going on, and
yeah, but if we stop for every little thing, we're gonna be gone. But we've already been gone for 3 weeks.
What are we whispering about?
Oh,
and he beckons Nuro in and sort of he's like, "I'm just saying that if we help every single person we come across, we'll never get to Gowling. We'll be searching for the books until we're 50.
But I think, we can't. Obviously, something weird's happening here. We can't.
Weird things happen. It's a weird world.
I don't
We've
know.
just lived in the swamp for 3 weeks.
I don't know what kind of help I would be right now. I feel useless in this body.
I need to ask what Kiyomi is doing while these three have this
A huddle on the floor.
Who absolutely are talking in conspiracy hushed whispers.
At any given point in any space, Kiyomi's just stood kind of aside, kind of brooding, not really brooding, just kind of watching, always observing, and kind of trying not to, make waves or anything. She's a guest and doesn't want to rock the boat that they're not on yet.
So many water metaphors.
Oh my God.
I think these two are wearing Minh down, and he's like, fine, okay, maybe we can help them to test Nuro's new body out. You can get used to the vibes, and maybe we can get 50% off.
Yeah, and look, if there's a story that goes around that there's a heroic firebender who's saving Earth.
No.
That is not the point of this, Banji.
I know, but I'm just saying, if the story gets around, maybe it'll be easier for me to exist.
Maybe we will figure that out when we get there.
Yeah, of course. But just keep it in mind.
But
How good the sword is too.
Exactly.
We have a deal for you.
Yeah?
We're somewhat of
We've done this
solvers.
before.
we problem solve. Yeah, we're quite good at it. We will help figure out what happened to your crops and maybe maybe get some back. I don't know if they can be gotten back, but we'll figure out what happened for...
And stop it from happening again.
Yes, for a discount on these foodstuffs.
Kiyomi just looks at Yani and is like, are they always like this?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, assumedly I know that Banji does this, but yeah, the rest of them, yeah.
50% off, half price.
The shopkeep goes, hey, if you get anything back, you give us, I'll give it to you for free. No
Deal,
worries.
deal.
Yeah, you solve our problem, it's yours.
You see? It's just easy like that, man. We help people, they help us.
Minh looks to Yani and he's like, shrewd negotiations or what? Am I right?
She smiles at you, and then the second you turn away, she rolls her eyes.
Well, show us where the crops were and they disappeared.
He sort of like goes, well, yeah, I mean, and he points like out the front door. It's like, there.
Oh, right. Well, let's get to detecting.
Is there anyone who is particularly harmed by the loss of these crops, like specific people?
Yeah, look, that's a big question, because everyone.
Okay. Is there anyone that would benefit from the absence of food?
No, we all need food to live. Very much
But
so.
you said you were selling to Gao Ling, right? So is there anyone trying to, I don't know, muscle in on your profits? Like, is there another noble family around that's starting a crop growth or something?
A farm?
No, it was different. A farm. Banji.
A vegetable uprising paddock.
Banji, I understand that you're not from the Earth Kingdom, but a
Yes,
farm
you're
is a big thing.
Right.
All right.
So this is not a farm.
I'm suggesting that maybe someone's making a specialized selection of small premium crops that
Gotcha.
that might want to. We can get into economics later.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
Do you have any local customs or traditions or rituals that you do for the spirits, perhaps, that you have stopped doing for some reason?
Yeah, there is. I mean, you've looked. There's not really a lot of growth potential here, so we've always dedicated a good harvest to our local spirit.
Yeah. Okay. And you haven't done that this time?
No, we've been doing it more than ever.
Who's your local spirit?
It's a spirit called Fuha.
Fuha.
Minh goes to reach for the book.
Banji doesn't bat an eye.
Right. He opens it and he looks for Fuha in the book the Book of Forgotten Spirits.
Roll assess the situation, please. Creativity.
Oh, man.
Don't worry about it. That is a 12.
What would you like to ask off the list?
Off the list. What should I be on the lookout for? What here can I use to get the crops back?
Okay. What should you be on the lookout for? The answer is you should be on the lookout for the name Fuha.
That's a bit rough for an answer, but
No.
fine.
No. I've got more to go with that.
Okay, sure.
And as you flick through the pages, you don't see a spirit named Fuha.
Oh. Huh.
Is it going to be the one that you...
From start to finish, there is nothing that's even resembles it.
Not a...
Man,
no.
how...
Minh looks at the contents list, the index, and he's going...
There's no index.
Oh, yeah, there might be, he doesn't know. He's like looking for an index.
It's
no index. He's like, huh.
Man, what's going on?
What? I just can't find it in this book.
Where... It's a book of spirits.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't have all of them in here. It was called the Book of Forgotten Spirits. If they know who Fuha is, he's not going to be in here.
Hey, Kiyomi, just so you know, there's this weird book that they're flipping through and talking about spirits like they know things like they know things.
Yeah, she's taking that in. She's taking it all in.
Yani's super interested in this, by the way. She's like, oh, is that one of them?
One of what?
It's a book
Yeah, okay, so it's one. Yeah, okay, one. Yeah.
It's one and nothing.
She wink.
Yeah, it's part of my encyclopedia.
Yeah, Min's been, I don't know, we got really into studying animals and spirits in the swamp, I guess.
Well, I've always been bad at spirits, and I thought that I should change that. He's like really starting to flip through now, and he can't find it. And he's starting to click that maybe the one that is destroyed is the one.
Oh my, yes.
And he sort of stops on that page that is like got a massive ink splot and that's been like rubbed out and then like written in characters that he maybe thought were there. That's just gibberish. Closes the book.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Oh,
Nothing
weird.
in there about Fu-Ha.
That's weird.
Super weird. Super weird.
So are you.
Proprietor, do you perhaps know of a calligrapher in town? By any chance?
What?
You know, an expert in writing.
I mean,
You might call them a mailman. A calligrapher, a person good at writing. No? Cool. No.
Why don't...
no, he's not looking at like it takes him a bit. It's just like, I mean,
postman, a letterist,
yeah, I mean,
printer,
Author.
there
an
is-
author.
No, there is a mail master that gets,
Mailmaster.
it translates things to Gowling and back.
Cool.
If that works for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
And he pokes out the door and says like, yeah, they live in that place over there.
Great. Where's the shrine, too?
Oh, that's in the middle of town.
Cool. You guys check out the shrine.
Yeah.
Cool.
If there's anywhere that's mail carts, I'm not going there.
Oh, fair enough, actually, yeah.
Nuro, why don't you come with me to the shrine?
This is a very flat place, just for your sanity.
Okay. I'd like to take a look at this shrine, this Fu-Ha.
Yeah, you're the spirit guy. You can help us.
Yeah, I think both Arturo and Yani both chime in. I'm gonna go too. I mean, I'm a little bit better with spirits than I used to be.
Yeah, your eyes are all glowy and stuff. Haven't mentioned that.
Spirits, right? Wink.
But, and she leans over to Kiyomi. I must have been very drunk.
Has everyone got something wrong with their eye? Everyone keeps winking.
It's mostly just the firebender, I think.
Oh.
I think he likes me.
Oh.
And there's a bit of a smile. But, so if you want to go with Minh to this righty person.
Yeah, I'll go with Minh. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, sure. Cool. We can go to the...
Are you coming or not? Let's go. Come on.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Yep.
I actually want to start with that scene.
The walking over to the mailmaster is like, so, here you've got a boat.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Here, you've got a boat as well.
Oh,
Are we
yeah.
comparing boats? What?
Oh, it's just something that I thought maybe we could connect on.
On boats.
Well, our boat's like super, it's really big and it's got like a bunch of wood on it that makes it look old, but it's really new. And it's powered by a dragon. It's pretty cool. I'll have to show it to you sometime.
Okay, wait. Back 1 minute. Just one little sec. Why do you... A dragon? What do you mean you've got a dragon? Just casually?
Oh, you know, like he's our friend.
You made friends with the dragon.
Well, I mean, I didn't. But like I know him. Like we're like work friends.
On first name basis.
Yeah, Hikaru's cool when and he's great. He guards the engine room for us. Anyway, Mailmaster, sorry, I just need some ink. I'll be right back. No, actually, you can come in.
I'll come in with you.
Yeah, great.
You're being weird. Yeah.
Audio medium, just so you know. Shrugs aren't translatable.
She's shrugging.
There we go. Yeah. Minh walks in, or like knocks on the door. I guess it's not
No,
like
it's a public place. It's
Yeah,
a,
right.
it's a ding-a-ling, and as you go and you see that there are shelves where like you would put scrolls to be sent. Some of them look like they're sent by birds. Others look like they're sent by carrier. Like some of them are preloaded into packs.
Cool.
So it would imply that whoever comes and goes grabs a new pack and then drops the old one off.
I see. Cool. Is there any sort of like person there, like attendant?
Yeah, there's a lady. No, I said man. There's a fellow who's wearing like Pisnes style glasses, so the ones that just pinch on your nose, and is currently looking down at some sort of scroll of something.
Hello, sir. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
I was wanting to purchase an ink, please.
Oh, yes. That's fine.
I've recently spilled mine, and I'm wishing to just replenish my stocks.
A bit.
Minh looks in the book and like, is there any special kind of ink in there? Like, is it just like a black ink, or is it like a fancy ink? I don't know. Minh just wants to get it right.
I tell you what, this is your secondary question, because we technically didn't answer the answer on like what here can I use to? What here can I use to rewrite this spirit into existence is what I'm assuming you're trying to say.
Yeah. yeah. Minh's gonna learn as much as he can about this spirit and then just slowly fill it back in so it exists again.
The guy behind the counter says, yeah, I mean, we can just, if you're after ink to write the book, this is probably the best one. And he shows you an inkwell that looks no different from any other ink that you've ever seen.
Great. Thank you so much. How much for that?
Oh, the single gold.
Yeah, great. And he pulls in one of the big earth gold pieces, like the long ones, and he like hands it over. Price of ink's gone up these days.
Well, this is
the premium stuff. I know. Yes.
Well, if you're writing in a book, it's got to
got to dry fast.
The paper is different, so it's got to it sinks in differently.
Yeah.
Did you happen to flash the fact that it already had ink on the page, or did you keep that very much to yourself?
To this person?
Yes.
I think I was sort of like open. I opened it, and he would have looked and seen what I was trying to do.
Yeah,
I guess.
Oh, yeah. He goes, well, the ink that I gave you is much denser, so it should kind of go over what you got.
Over the stains?
It'll still be hard to read, but better.
Great. Thank you so much, sir.
Just so you know, and he sort of wiggles his pisnes just to show he's serious. You probably can only... If you're writing something important there, you
can only do it once, huh?
You've got one chance.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. Good advice.
Yeah. If you want to do it here, you can borrow.
No, that's okay. I want to make sure it's right, so I need to think about exactly what I'm going to write first.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, best of luck.
Thanks. He closes the book and wraps it up, and then grabs the ink and just holds it in his hand, finger on the cap, on the cork. Did you want to buy any paper or anything? Or
no, I'm good. Are you like why do you need this ink so bad? Are you like writing down your adventures
I spilled
for
my
people to
ink
read?
everywhere, and I like lost it all. And I've really, and it's very clearly he's making it up on the spot. I've been really into journaling lately, and it's helping me process a lot of stuff that's happened.
What are you, Banji?
So I'm just, and if I don't do it, I'm just super cranky, and no one wants that because,
She's just like nodding, like kind of just got the "what are you on, dude" look on her face.
Do you like writing? That was stupid. And he leaves. He walks out.
Cool people don't like writing. With that awkward exchange, let's flash over to the others that walk to, assumedly, the middle of town to see this idol.
I think on the way there we're maybe just like discussing Kiyomi a little bit, because it's like the first time away. Just in passing, kind of like, so Yani, how long have you been with Kiyomi?
I guess you could say it's actually been about 2 weeks now, maybe a little bit longer.
Fresh.
Yeah.
And Nuro kind of looks over at Banji and is like, well, you trust her?
Implicitly. I mean...
I feel like Banji asking that.
She's...
It's a good question, Leewan.
Thank you.
Sorry, Nuro.
Yeah, I mean, she's been like nothing but helpful. She's just wonderful, and I find that sometimes when you just talk to her, it's like I feel so much better.
Yeah, she doesn't say much.
I mean, maybe that's why we get along so well, because I do say some things sometimes, lots at infinitum.
I missed you.
I missed you. But no, I think she's great.
Well,
Well, a friend of Yani's a friend of ours, right?
I was just gonna say the same thing. Minh seems fond of her. Really fond.
Like, not really fun though, right?
I mean, I saw his palms get sweaty. That only happens when he's in front of a pretty girl.
I mean, it's because I was there, obviously. His palms get sweaty every time I'm around.
Oh.
I think that's for a different
Yeah,
reason.
Nuro puts their palm and it just like wants to jump out of this conversation now. It's like, no, okay. Oh, the shrine is just right.
Suddenly, Nuro is like picking up on a bunch of new information.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, hormones are ruining
Humans
me.
are weird. The shrine. It's I'm gonna assume it's that.
So, yes, you come across and you see what looks like a capybara.
Capybara.
Let's go.
Crossed with some sort of like bird, like sort of like an ostrich base. And the most notable thing about this is that it's balancing an orange on its head.
Well, Nuro, do your spirit thing and
A spirit thing.
Fuha? Just go and say hello to Fuha. I think, maybe. I mean, you're the expert. You tell me.
I was. Okay.
Both Arturo and Yani are just sort of looking at you, smiling.
Yeah. I think Nuro grabs out the stick and just like is looking for confirmation, even though that's the right thing to do, and everyone just maybe just like, Nuro will take out their stick.
Arturo, I think, flutters over to your shoulder.
Yeah. Given that an extra oomph, maybe.
Well, actually, truth be told, Arturo has no idea that you couldn't possibly do this.
Oh, yeah.
Like this. He has full faith in the abilities that you used to have, and cannot fathom that something might have changed.
All right, I think I would like to, using like the stick as a bit of a conduit, maybe do like a little assess the situation if possible.
This is actually a rely on your skills and training.
Oh, but I wanted my extra questions. Fine.
This is the joy of being the GM. I get to choose what you roll with.
Training. Okay.
Roll with focus.
Yes.
Why were you even worried?
That's a 12.
Hot dice coming through.
It takes longer than you expected. This type of thing you felt should be so easy, but you close your eyes and you think really hard about it, and just when you think that you couldn't focus any harder, you open your eyes about to give up, and you realize that the world is a different shade of everything. And Arturo's sitting on your shoulder, he can't smile, but you always get the impression
Yeah.
he is. And again, it's not like, hey, I knew you could do it. It's just like, oh yes, we're here, of course we are.
Arturo, this feels like Baru's space, that same place we got flung to.
Oh yeah, this is much closer to the actual spirit. Well,
Yeah.
matter of fact, turn around and you look and you see
Whoa.
you see yourself clutching the stick so tight, and your eyes are still closed.
Okay, and I think Nuro waves the hand in front of their face, and then kind of goes over to Banji and kind of maybe just gives it a little tickle on the nose. just to
Banji, your
see-
nose absolutely tickles in a weird way. It's not actually a feeling or sensation, but you're
Banji
you
sneezes.
sneeze. Yeah, you gotta sneeze.
Oh. Oh, they can't see me.
Yeah, and he's like, bless you. No, not the right culture for that, but it's funny.
Okay. Well, let's find this spirit then.
You sort of look, and the easiest way to describe it is that you see, like, these black puddles leading away from the shrine.
Well, this looks suspicious.
Yeah, that looks like one of those things you just gotta follow. Joy.
Joy. Well, at least this feels familiar. Nuro takes a step forward and starts following.
You hear over the side of your shoulder say,
It'll be interesting to see what we discover.
and you look, and in roughly the shape of a dragon, you see this small floating fire next to you.
Ugh! Who invited you?
Who needs to invite me? I'm a dragon. I go where I want.
Next time, wait for the invitation.
What for?
Maybe I don't like looking at you and your little floating flame.
And yet I look at you every day and tolerate you.
I didn't
Do you
ask for
want
that.
my help or not?
Ugh, fine. Come on.
You get a
Don't linger.
You get a radiating smugness from it. A smugness.
That's very good. Inspiration. You can have that in our home.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate that.
Can you let the others know we're following a trail?
Banji and Yani here.
They're following a trail.
Oh, okay. Is Nuro's body moving as well? or
No.
just-
Nah.
Just standing there clutching the stick like, oh! You're not hearing the noises, but it still looks just as focused.
Well, that's good. Keep following them, I guess.
So, Banji,
Yes, Yani.
how drunk was I?
Oh, no. So from your conversation with Minh, it seems like you kind of know what we have.
Well, I mean, I was... So we went to this library out, like, in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
And we got told that we were looking for this no, she looks around. There's no one around. She's like, looking for this book.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been having... This might sound weird. I've been having some dreams. So I've seen that, like...
No, that's normal.
Thank you, Dr. Banji.
Yep.
And so I've seen that it's not just one book you're after. It's a few. So
Yes. Yeah, so we've got a few.
Yeah. Okay.
And one of them, look, I did something that was, upon reflection, probably a bit undercooked, shall we say. And
Is that a firebender joke? That's very good.
yes, I'm cool Banji, as Minh says, and I'll hold on to that forever. I did something that may have made it difficult for you to remember who I am. So it's not so much that you drank me out of existence as much as I wrote myself out of existence. But I'm back.
Is that paraphrasing? Is that you wrote?
Yes, that's yeah. But just know it's not you. It was me.
Is that why Minh was like looking at the other book before? Because he just wanted to write things in it, and maybe
No, Minh wouldn't write in the book. No, I mean he's only just starting to flirt with the idea of even touching the book. So I think we're a long way off from him writing the book. Don't worry about that.
Okay. I mean, because he definitely said that he was off to go find someone who's good at writing, and he took the book with him.
Yeah, look, let's not worry about that. About us, right? So we've been together from the start. I was with you when we went to Glowgrub Falls.
She looks a little bit scared. She's like, together?
Oh no, I could see why you'd think that. But no, it's just purely platonic. And I was there at Glowgrub Falls. I was there when we went to Natsu Island and we met with Ati. I know Ati. And
You mean Addie?
yeah, Ati.
Addie.
Ati.
And we fade away on that scene. Back to following these puddles. Before too long, moving out to one of the farms. To say that you saw what this carving was isn't right. You can sort of get the sense that that's what it is, but the edges look smudged. It's definitely a monochrome color, and it's just flomped on the ground. It looks so heavy.
It's just... Wait, can you... Give me that visualization again, sorry, Ash.
If you were to picture a capybara sort of
Yes.
top end with
With the ostrich.
an ostrich bottom end,
And it's just collapsed.
it's, again, the only reason you can tell that it might look like that is because you've seen what it's meant to look like.
Yeah, oh, bog. And I think Nuro starts running towards it.
Yeah, Arturo and PB go with.
Yep. And pulls up a couple of meters, I would say, just to listen to it if it's kind of breathing or saying anything. Or...
Spirits don't really breathe.
No.
But you do get the impression that it is.
Yeah, it's not okay.
It's very Minecraft. Coded.
Oh, hey there, fella. You must be Fuha. You look rough. What happened here? What? Can I just stay still? Can I touch you?
This time you do get to roll assess the situation.
Yes.
And if the question's what here has been touched by spirits, it's going to be a very obvious answer. That one doesn't count.
But that's okay. That's okay, because I still have one question.
Do you want to
Tell
say what the
everyone
result
what's been
is?
happening.
No, I don't want to.
I think by context
I gotta-
clues to the audience, you could figure out for yourself what's
Yeah, no,
happened.
I got a 6. But I still got one question.
You do.
And I would like to ask, how can I bring about peace here?
The answer to that becomes increasingly difficult because even just by sitting here, easiest way to describe it, it kind of looks like it's melting.
Yeah.
Like it's losing more and more form. It's becoming smaller and more insignificant.
Oh, hang on there. Oh my bog. Arturo, have you ever seen this? I've never seen a
Have never seen anything like
his
this.
spirit is melting.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to happen. Like, I don't... What did the books even say? I don't like looking at the thing.
Yeah, well, men couldn't find this page, but when
Yeah.
I looked at the Destiny tree, it had, I don't know.
I mean, as far as I can tell, every spirit's meant to be in there. And it's here, so it should be in there.
So why couldn't men find it?
Because Minh is deceptive.
Hey, shut your mouth about men.
Why? You don't want to hear the truth?
Ugh, I don't truth from you.
When have I lied?
Can I hear PB on my back as this conversation's happening, or?
I tell you what, roll assess.
Yeah.
In my brain, you couldn't, but I actually really like that. Let's see what happens.
That is...
Assess his creativity.
That's a 8.
On an 8, you get it. You do hear the words, but the context is weird. Like in terms of it's not necessarily the to and fro of the conversation. You just hear Minh is lying. Like type.
I mean, it's deceptive. I'm like,
Minh is deceptive.
oh, that's weird. Why are you talking about men?
Doesn't respond to you.
Yeah.
Is the other part to that.
Cool.
It's not like.
But I
"Oh,
can
by
hear
the
what
way."
they're saying. Yeah.
Yes, to a degree. Like I said, if anything that's super outright not quite, like it's not clear, but you do get the impression of what it's saying.
Cool.
So what are you trying to say then, huh?
Again, it glows that little bit brighter, which you can fathom to be a little bit of glee or a little bit of joy, and says,
I have never lied. Can you say the same of your friend?
Well, he's human. You're an ancient dragon.
And you're only recently human. You and I have more in common, at least until a week ago, than you and Minh did. Yeah, he's got a point there.
True.
I got it back for the dragon there. That's actually correct.
Are you hearing yourself?
I'm not allowed to tell the truth now?
Okay. It's just a bit much.
Yeah, look, I'm sorry, maybe that's insensitive. I'm still getting used to talking with humans. You know, Arya was a bit different, I guess. You know, a couple of millennia you get to talk about things, but
I'm still getting used to this. There's so many more feelings. Makes everything so clouded. Being human sucks.
Baby goes, I can imagine.
Shut up. We go back to Minh. We ask, can we do anything to slow this down?
Like, even standing here, you just see this continued
We gotta go. Okay, Nuro just, please don't melt, and runs back.
Just ask him to be honest.
Okay. Oh, I gotta talk to Banji about this sword.
Why? Because it's a shame to have someone telling you the truth for once.
Yeah, I think
Marker fatigue.
I think that like tries to catapult themselves back into their body.
You're not quite angry yet, but you're getting it's draining.
Yes.
And yes, you actually, I think that you throw yourself in so fast you fall backwards.
Yeah,
like,
probably knock into Banji or something.
Yeah, Banji catches them as they fall. Whoa, Nuro, are you okay? That was
Your sword has a serious attitude problem.
Oh, yeah, look, I mean, what did you find?
We found Fuha, but it's not doing so good. It's fading real fast, and we've got to find Minh. I need to look at the book.
Yeah, it sounded like you were talking about Minh in there. Was he in there?
I think this is about the time that Min's like, you see him coming down the road.
Hey guys!
Minh!
Uh-oh.
So
You just got a 12 boss and assess the situation right there. Who's in the greatest danger? Oh, it's me.
So tell me again how you didn't find Fuha in that book.
Yeah, it wasn't in there. It wasn't in the book.
Uh-huh. And that rotten stuff is for...
Minh holding the ink bottle right in his hand. He's like,
We're not having a lesson right now, so what's it for?
oh, I ran out of ink.
Uh-huh.
But you had lots. Last time I saw you, had heaps.
Yeah, I spilt it.
You spilt it.
You spilt it. And I think...
You look over at PB, and PB is just like sliding in and out, like in the same way
Like
that
laughing, like he's cackling.
yeah, like it's that idea of a chuckle, just like like the sound of like the hilt hitting the scabbard is just like.
Hey, I'm like fine to have this conversation, but can we have it like somewhere else without like people around?
Weirdly enough, have been people coming and like trying to give more to the shrine like while you've been waiting.
Yeah.
But the problem is that they turn up and they've got very little to actually give to the shrine, and so they're less like a lot of them are coming over and just sighing, going, well, that's enough, and then moving away. So it's not a hugely populated area, and you get the impression that they're all going back to their farms to try and get more going.
Okay. I think Nuro just kind of like grabs you by the collar and just kind of like drags you over to a slightly quieter area just to appease you a little bit.
Yeah.
And is like, okay, Minh.
It's more for like you are not used to being.
Neuro's strong.
Yeah, yeah. Whatever that amber was,
This kid's supercharged, and I'm feeling the energy.
Listen, it's okay. It's okay, Minh. You just need to be honest with me because that critter, it's not okay. It's melting. It's a puddle.
Yeah, probably. I imagine that maybe it looked like it was covered in ink.
Yes, Minh.
Minh pulls the book out and he flips to the inked page.
I think that the most telling part of this is that the flip doesn't take long. Like, he knows where the page is.
Yeah, he pulls it out and just goes to the page, and he's holding it.
Yeah.
So, so when Banji said that, you know, we should think about using the book, I was like trying to understand how the book worked, and I figured out that if you want to change a spirit, you just need to add to their entry. So I was going to ask Arturo if he was okay with it, and then I was going to add to the entry.
Arturo is looking at the blank page like, oh,
That could have been me.
So I was going to see if I could write into Arturo's entry that he could find the pieces of the book.
Like our original wish.
Yeah, so I was going to practice on a very small spirit that I was just going to write has a great time on. And when I went to go write that, I knocked my ink all over the book, and then Banji came in, and I panicked, and I closed the book and put it away because it was very hypocritical of me to write in the book. But I thought it was the right choice.
Me.
Yeah,
But I asked, and you didn't want to, so I did it.
Arturo is like having an existential crisis
So
of
now
like how close he came to just being an ink blot in the world.
So now I've got some ink so I can fix the page, but I don't remember anything that was on it. But now we have a name, and all these people will know something about the spirit, so we just gotta...
Gather information.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. We can
I'm
still
so
say this
sorry.
thing. It's okay, Minh.
It was an accident.
Yeah, accidents happen. I don't... It's okay. The book is tricky. Let's just be more careful with the spirits. Yeah.
No, This one was... Like, This one was kind of me, actually. It was a choice. And I think I stand by it. Actually. But this was an unfortunate mistake. Maybe I should just write their name in first. Maybe if they have a name that people are saying, it will keep them around a little while longer.
Maybe you can write is not melting and covered in ink.
I don't think that... I don't know how it works entirely, but I don't think that's enough. I think maybe a name first, and then we figure out all the information, and we fill the entry out.
Hey, quick question for you. Where are you at on your balance?
I am 0-0, which is technically 1 towards unity off my balance. Because my center is +1 heritage.
Take a step to +1 heritage, please.
Ooh, okay.
While this conversation's happening, because it was Nuro pulled Minh away, I think Banji's just standing with Kiyomi. I know that you're new to this group, but there isn't really this much whispering usually. We're actually very open and communicative people. So...
She's just like nodding and kind of like, right, well, I mean, I guess Ink Boy and me tried to get like a little bit closer, so maybe one day you won't have to whisper around me.
Yeah, well, I mean, I noticed that you and Yani were whispering, and I just wanted to say that's not typical, so maybe don't whisper to Yani.
Why?
Well, because we're open and communicative, and we want to make sure that everyone's,
You haven't hung
on the
around a
level.
girl before, have you? All girls whisper.
Believe me, I've been around girls. But I'm just saying, if you want us to trust you, I would avoid, having wee secret meetings with Yani. Just a word to the wise,
Cut to 2 people having a secret meeting over there.
Yani's actually caught in between the two. She's like, who do I... like, she
She
kind of wants to
technically
approach
doesn't
this.
know either of these people. It's really fun.
Yani's just like in between, and it's like, I am just going to stand here, I think, until someone comes to get me. This feels out of my depth.
Okay, I think Nuro just like snaps their fingers and is like, all right, everybody, we've got a spirit to save immediately. We need to go ask the villagers what they know about Fuha so that Minh can write it back into existence and not be dying.
Yeah.
Do you get that, Kiyomi?
Absolutely not, but I'm just here for whenever Yani needs a lift back, so let's go.
Don't think too hard.
Okay.
Just ask some questions.
Report back here as soon as possible.
Banji, you notice that Minh can't look at you. He's avoiding eye contact with you.
Banji sees this and is just like...
You just hear from 20 minutes ago, Minh is deceiving you.
Banji puts a hand on Min's shoulder and is like, I get it, man. I get it.
Get what?
I get it. And then walks off to go find some villagers.
Cool. I get it too. Hey, you!
I want everyone to roll 1 die.
What?
Just one singular. And I am going to work out what happens at certain numbers, like how much information you get. So this is, in essence, a group fact-finding mission, and...
Only players are rolling?
Only players are rolling.
Okay. I was just wondering if we'd get...
Who else is here?
Well, like Yani or Arturo.
Gotcha.
I mean, Arturo probably wouldn't go ask questions, but like Yani maybe.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I mean, if you... I'll roll one for Yani.
Yeah, or maybe we could get a help from Yani.
I'll tell you what. If you are close enough to be pushed over the this threshold,
yeah, we've got a plus one.
Yani will give you that.
Yeah, cool. All right.
Not bad.
Okay. Well, I got a 2.
I got a 3.
I got a 5.
I also have a 3.
Are we just rolling 1 dice?
1 die?
Yeah.
Dragon's bargain. It's fine. No, I'm kidding.
Echoes of legend.
I actually personally know this spirit, and I can be him if I need to be because I've heard the story.
You all got literally 50% of what you could have got.
No, that's statistically, that's where the dice rolls. That's great for us.
Yeah.
That's right on the money statistically.
With this group, that's a success.
Yeah.
You all put your heads down, coming back together from hearing things, some of which were just rumors, some of which were facts, and no ability to parse them, but knowing you have to write something down. You do your best to redraw Fuha as the image is set, as you see that sculpture directly in front of you. You do your best to write down how they went about sowing these seeds or growing these crops or helping these farmers. You try and write down as many facts as you've been told by these farmers, by these people in town. And while some of them sounded fantastic, you just wrote it all just to try and get something in place. And when it is done, you look and you realize that there's some things that conflict others, but there's other things that sound too good to be true. And you wait. And you wait for the ink to dry. And you hear a noise come from one of the farms. Where do these come from? And you hear about 2 minutes later another. And more in the area, you keep hearing more noises. Maybe you've done it?
Okay, something's happened.
Yeah, it sounds like maybe something's come back.
Can Nuro confirm? Is that what you use? Can I do that?
Anyone can go see what people are talking about.
Well, maybe if everyone else does, I'm gonna get a sense at the shrine again. If people still want to go and observe what's happening, feel free.
Yeah, I think Minh just runs off to the nearest field to see. Like, the first call he heard, he just runs because he needs to know that he hasn't ruined this entire town accidentally.
Yep. You run out of that town. As Nuro, I'm going to say that you can get back to this space.
Yep.
Is anybody else doing anything at the same time?
I think Banji would have stuck with Nuro.
Okay.
Kiyomi's just, following along as usual. She's there. She's a shadow.
Minh, we'll start with you. You run into what would be considered like a storage barn or silo, and it's full of flying boars.
Oh.
There are pigs with wings. They are currently small, but there's a lot of, and the farmer is scratching his head.
Hey, where'd these... Do you had all these pigs in here? These flying boars? Like,
No, I grow corn. And he points out to the empty fields that have nothing in them.
it must be a blessing from Fuha. then.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. Like, Fuha doesn't... What?
I would...
These isn't plants.
But who... and then Minh sort of like gets a little flash of an idea in his brain. But what very wealthy family has a flying boar as their crest sigil symbol?
Oh, you think this is a gift for the Bayfangs?
No, it's a gift for them.
Oh.
Perhaps. Maybe you can gain favor, get some better seeds, higher quality crops from them by trading some of these boars. These are great boars. Look at them. They're flying. So easy.
They're very small at the moment. They almost look like little piglets.
Feed them, fatten them up. They'll get there. This is a gift from Fuha, that's for certain. Fuha loves this town.
Oh, okay.
You should go pay thank you and tribute.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as I've got something to give.
Of course.
And he scratches his like, I don't know how I'm going to feed all these pigs right now. Okay, thanks, Fuha. And he like begins to try and re-establish this space as a place that can corral flying boars. And as you move around, I think, Kiyomi, you hear from another, like, just by being a shadow, you hear someone else has got a very similar situation. We flash over to the spirit world, and you see that Fuha is, like, also just zooming around, like, completely weightless and just, like, and throwing out what looks like, to say seeds is not right, but they're throwing out something and just into these barns, and it's just like,
Well, I'm glad to see it's not a puddle anymore, at least. But something doesn't seem right still.
It does look like it's been drawn in crayon.
I think...
Sorry. Minh is an artist and a painter. We've established this. He's good at it.
Yeah.
That's not fair. Fine.
So
Sad reacts only.
Sad reacts only.
Maybe it'll get HD over time.
Maybe you're more defined as he gets more blessings from people.
Yeah, he
exactly.
hasn't buffered yet.
He's still loading.
No, more specifically, Minh's fine at drawing when he can go back and go over the lines from, a piece of charcoal to ink. But you just went straight down for what you did. And it's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. But you also know that, this is a low-res spirit.
He'll firm up, it's fine.
And is just cruising around throwing these weird seedly type things, right? And has not acknowledged your existence.
Those are the blessings, I'm guessing, but not for the fields. The Fuha.
And it stops its flying around.
Hi. You're looking better? Not a talker, I see. Man, didn't put that it talks. Can you understand me?
And it throws one of these things down to you, and Arturo's like, nope, and he just takes a bite out of this spirit seed. It's just like, do not let that land on you.
Oh, what is it?
Yeah, it's spirit stuff, just don't go with it.
Okay.
Hey, remember the thing that happened with Tomo?
Yeah.
Imagine if you had something growing in you instead of taking it away. Just don't.
Okay. Is this town okay?
Well, I don't know specifically. I don't know that Fuha knows exactly what it's doing right now.
Okay, Fuha. Come, sit.
Roll intimidate. Oh my goodness, we never get to roll intimidate. So this is passion.
Okay.
Why do I bother
It's
asking
an 11.
you to roll? Okay. So you get to pick one that they cannot choose. Run to escape and get back up, back down, but keep what? Given with a few stipulations, or attack you, but off balance.
Okay, so they cannot choose to attack.
Yeah, so it puts it it realizes that you didn't like it throwing seeds at you, so it puts those away. And instead it's going to give in and come down like to your level. It doesn't sit, but it comes down to where you are and sort of looks at you very quizzically. So just above table, you don't know what its stipulations are.
Yeah,
but it's
okay.
at least paying attention.
Yeah. Look, this must be so confusing. I'm so sorry that we did this to you. Maybe we can make this more right somehow, but just be careful with those seeds. You're so generous with your blessings, and this town, this village needs and loves you the way that you were. I'm not sure if we can get you back there, but maybe we can make you better?
It sort of looks at you and it goes, huh. And it sits and it looks around the town and it doesn't know what to do. It doesn't understand its world prior to anything. And it's trying to find where it's meant to fit in now. And I think that you realize that.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's not fun being put in a box. And, you know, change is change and it happens. You can't control it. And I guess all we can do is move forward with what we have, right, Fuha?
And it cocks its head and goes, huh.
Yeah, well, you're amazing, actually. You're fantastic. I'm so grateful to have met you.
and Fuha gets up and starts flying again, goes to the last few places that you're pretty certain it hasn't been to yet, and then flies away.
Oh, I hope that isn't bad. Arturo?
Yeah. I think he may have taken, you gotta move forward literally.
I'm the dumb one.
It'll be fine.
And you, again, in the spirit world, you just get a bit of more of a sense of Arturo, and
Arturo.
he's not looking directly at you. He's looking at the space above your head.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, that's just great. Let's go back to the other.
Yeah, let's go back to the other.
Ooh.
We smash cut to about 20 minutes later, where you're back in that general store, and he says, well, I don't know what you did, but people are pretty happy.
They are. No weird things happening. People aren't dropping like flies, and they're okay. They're okay out there.
That's a weird thing to say, no? Like, I mean, no one knows what to do with these here pigs that they've got flying around, but, you know, better than nothing.
Yeah, so about that discount, we can get this for free, is it?
Well, I mean, I did, but now we've actually got to go buy some grain, because we don't have any. So I'm going to go back
Flying boars love grain.
I'm going to go back to your original deal of 50%.
Right, okay.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, you have solved a problem.
In a sense, I guess. Minh scrambles out some gold from Tomo's sack. How much does he have in there, by the way?
It is actually unbelievable. So in terms of gold, it's probably around 500 pieces, but like when you factor in the other treasures and and diamonds and whatever else, the gemstones, the trinkets, and again, not quite the same Yani trinkets. They're more just like, is that a tiara? Like this.
Min's looking at it, and it's just, and he looks down at the urn, and he's like, "You crafty little fire ferret! I
Minh,
knew you were holding out on us."
Min's like, Banji looks
So
over
he
and
takes out the money. He takes out 45.
I think Nuro purposely just throws a little bit more on top as well.
This is the scene from Pulp Fiction where
I was just going to say, it's like the glow on his face. Min, we good?
Yeah, can we afford this? We good.
And he ties Tomo's bag back up, and it's just, you can see that there is a fury behind him. He's just so annoyed. But he relents and he lets go of the anger as the food comes across the table. And he pulls out the book wrapped up in half of his old robe. And he goes, "Hey, Banji.
Minh.
Can you actually hold on to this, please?"
How the turntables.
Yeah, yes, no, you've earned it. Go ahead. Gloat. Make fun of me. I deserve it.
No. Look, you did what you thought was right, and... You've fixed it.
That is to be seen.
You just see you hear a flying ball going through a china shop in the background. Just yeah. I definitely haven't caused repercussions that will be felt across ages and generations.
Yeah, me neither, right? Let's go.
And as you laugh, we look off into the distance, and Fuha laughs along with you.
Kiyomi walks up to the postmaster with a scroll and smiles before looking up at him and handing it over.
That'll be 2 silver pieces. Depends where it's going. Where is it meant to be?
Ba Sing Se, please.
You got it.
Book of War is Georgie, Hazel as Nuro, Ted Darling as Banji, myself, Jesse Thomas as Minh FANG, Tilia Quinn as Kiyomi, and Ash Cooper as our Game Master. Our theme song and outro, The Book of War Remains, is by Matt Harrison. Did you know we actually have prequels for our characters? Did you know you can listen to these prequel audiobooks on our Patreon? For just $5 a month, you can come and support the show and get access to these prequels, as well as other things like some of our one-shots. We also have Reading the Book of War, which is our look back on episodes, kind of like a director's commentary sort of thing. And we also have bloopers as well, if you want to get in there and have a bit of a laugh. We've got more stuff planned for later this year, and you can also help influence the show at certain periods when Ash is looking for directions or inspiration. He'll let you know. And a big hello and thank you to our 2 latest Patreon members, Kopo and Jack. That's all from me this week. Thank you as always for listening. The next episode will be out on April 19th, and we will see you then.
Play Banji the Idealist, he, him, a runaway firebender who's risen from the ashes of his old life, while the rest... Is that right? No, yeah, no it is. No, with. Hello everybody, no. There we go, got it in the end. 3 takes is all it took.
It's fine.